I'm Kimberly Kay with your entertainment report from MidHudsonNews.com. Thank you to my sponsor, Making Faces Unisex Salon and Spa in Poughkeepsie and Fishkill, featuring a full line of American-made mineral makeup that I'm wearing and that I love. Avis Cosmetics, that's AVAS Cosmetics.net. A night of tears, a night of excitement on American Idol. You remember that last week Casey was the judge's one and only save of the season, so two had to go last night, and the two were Naima and Thea. Of course, Paul was in the bottom three too. I thought he should have gone, but he was saved, Casey as well. So next week we'll see what happens. And one down and 10 to go on Dancing with the Stars. Mike Catherwood was the first to go. As expected, Wendy Williams is now among the most vulnerable. She's the other radio person too, although she's doing TV now, as she only had one more point than Catherwood. Petra Nemkova, the supermodel, was 5 points from the bottom, and Tom Bergeron told the producers of Dancing with the Stars that it wouldn't be a good idea to let him interview Chris Brown when he performed on the show Tuesday night. Bergeron told Ryan Seacrest that he wouldn't be able to stop himself from asking Brown about beating up his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. Of course, you remember last week Brown smashed a window at his dressing room at Good Morning America after being asked that very question. Well, Britney Spears didn't dance much while singing 3 songs from her new CD, Femme Fatale, on Good Morning America. For her first number, she wore a one-piece spangly outfit that for her was, well, pretty tame. Her next couple of outfits, a lot more daring, but nothing compared to what she used to wear. The songs were pre-taped in San Francisco, and Spears told GMA that she plans to go on tour starting June 17th in Sacramento, California. Well, Beyonce's dad isn't surprised she let him go as her manager. He says, well, she's almost 30 years old, so she should want more control over her business. Matthew Knowles has been her manager since she was a child. He says she's a very, very smart businesswoman who's ready to take control over her own career. He also points out that he is still manager of Destiny's Child, even though they retired a few years ago. But Knowles said, well, they could reunite someday. So I guess he'll be ready. Hey, if you're a fan of Mad Men, you're going to have to wait a whole lot longer for the next season. Usually the new season starts in the summer or early fall, but AMC says season 5 won't start until sometime next year. It's been held up by continuing negotiations between the studio that produces the series and its creator and executive producer, Matthew Weiner. Hey, George Clooney could be asked to testify in the Italian premier's sex scandal. Silvio Berlusconi's defense lawyers want Clooney and his Italian girlfriend to take the stand. Now, Berlusconi is accused of paying for sex with a 17-year-old girl and trying to cover it up. He denies doing anything wrong. His attorneys say the teenager once said that she'd seen Clooney and Elisabetta Canales at one of Berlusconi's parties. The judge in the Willie Nelson pot case wants to meet him. That's right. So a prosecutor is recommending that if Nelson pleads guilty and pays a fine, he'll be let off by singing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain for Judge Becky Dean Walker. I don't know. The prosecutor says the judge is demanding that Nelson appear in court instead of pleading by mail, which is common in cases like this. Nelson was arrested at a Border Patrol checkpoint last November. So even before he puts out a CD with some heavy metal stars, William Shatner will be honored at the Golden Gods Awards, which pay tribute to the best in metal. Shatner will get the honorary Headbanger Award for embodying the spirit of metal. The Golden Gods Awards will be held April 20th in LA. Shatner plans to release a CD later this year with Ritchie Blackmore, Ian Pace of Deep Purple, Mike Inex of Alice in Chains, and Zakk Wylde. Hey, there's a scene in the new movie Wimpy Kid that's taken from Jeff Kinney's real life. Kinney's the one who wrote the Wimpy Kid books that the movies are based on, and Kinney says, just like Greg in the movie, he wrapped himself up in toilet paper when he was a kid to get out of swim team practice. He says that's probably where Greg was born, in that very bathroom stall. In local entertainment news, Performing Arts of Woodstock presents Some Lives, 3 one-act plays by David Ives, directed by Gordon Brown. It opens tonight and runs for 3 weekends. Reservations 679-7900. The performance is at the Woodstock Town Hall, 76 Stinker Street, and it does run for 3 weekends. Thank you to my sponsor, Making Faces Unisex Spa in Poughkeepsie and Fishkill. Call them today, 296-0700, or makingfacesusa.net. That's your latest entertainment report. For a new update daily, log on to MidHudsonNews.com. I'm Kimberly Kay.